Have you ever set your alarm for 5 a.m. with a real plan and then lost the argument to your pillow? 5 more minutes. Just today. I'll start tomorrow. And when you wake up at 8, it's not just guilt. It's that quiet feeling you broke a promise to yourself. You've heard the line, successful people wake up early. Maybe you tried it once, twice, 10 times. And each time, your old life dragged you back. Because all day you give your best energy to your job, and you offer your dreams whatever scraps are left. This is the story of Heinrich, a factory shift worker with holes in his shoes, living under a flickering light bulb. He had no motivation, no morning person DNA, just a schedule that was eating his life. Until one change turned 5 a.m. into something sharper than willpower. Math. Motivation fades. Math doesn't. Stay until the end because your life can change before the sun shows up.
In a small industrial town where factories hummed day and night, there lived a 30-year-old shift worker named Heinrich. His life ran on the wrong side of the clock. He clocked in at 8 p.m. He clocked out at 6 a.m. While the town woke up, Heinrich walked home. Past warm windows, families eating breakfast, children tying shoelaces, men in clean shirts leaving for office jobs. Heinrich kept moving through the pale morning like a ghost. Is this it? He thought. Do I just repeat? His apartment was one room, a mattress on the floor, a broken fan, one light bulb that flickered when the power dipped. His shoes had holes. But the worst part wasn't poverty. It was the feeling of being trapped inside a life that never opened. He tried to change. He applied for better jobs. No replies. He searched for courses and training, then fell asleep with his phone on his chest. After a factory night shift, his body wanted only one thing: collapse. Once a week, his mother called from the countryside. "Heinrich, when will your life get better?" He always answered softly, "Soon, Mama, I'm working on it." But he wasn't. Not because he was lazy, because he was tired in a way that stole decisions. Hard work wasn't saving him. It was only keeping him alive. One cold Tuesday morning in November, Heinrich's phone rang as he was leaving work. It was his sister. "Come home. Mama collapsed. She's in the hospital." The air left his chest. He took the first bus out of town. 3 hours that felt like being dragged. At the rural clinic, his mother lay in bed, awake, weak, trying to look strong. The doctor spoke plainly. Exhaustion, stress, she needs rest, better food, medicine, and stability. Stability. Heinrich almost laughed. His mother held his hand. Her grip was light, but her eyes were sharp. "I don't have much time," she whispered. "Please don't waste your life the way I wasted mine. Find a way. Promise me." Heinrich nodded because he couldn't speak. He sat beside her long after she fell asleep. He stared at her hands, hands that worked the land for decades. Work, 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 and still fragile. Something inside him cracked, not into tears, into anger. Not at her, at his own helplessness. He stepped outside into the pre-dawn air, around 5 a.m. The village was still asleep, but a few farmers were already walking, quiet silhouettes, steady steps. Birds began singing like they were mocking him. Heinrich stared into the thin light and whispered, "No more. I don't care what it takes. I will find a way."
On the bus back to town, Heinrich noticed a man sitting across from him, mid-50s, clean coat, calm face, reading a book like time belonged to him. Heinrich recognized him, a local businessman who owned several shops, and yet he was on a regular bus at dawn. Heinrich hesitated, then spoke. "Excuse me, why are you on this early bus?" The man looked up. Instead of answering, he turned the book slightly. "What chapter am I in?" he asked. Heinrich blinked. He looked at the page, but the words swam. His brain felt wrapped in cotton. I'm not sure," Heinrich admitted. The man watched him a moment, then nodded. "You have eyes," he said, "but you're not seeing, because you're half asleep." Heinrich's jaw tightened. "I work nights." The man's expression softened. "Then you're awake when the world sleeps," he said, "and asleep when the world works. No wonder you feel stuck." He tapped the book. "I wake at 4:30. I read, think, plan before the world starts shouting." Heinrich frowned. "But sleep?" "I sleep at 9 p.m., the man said. 7.5 hours. Enough." Then he looked at Heinrich like a mechanic looking at an engine. "You want your life to change?" Heinrich didn't answer fast. He just nodded. The man leaned forward. "Don't hunt for motivation. Build a schedule." Heinrich swallowed. "I get home at 6:30. I need sleep." "Then sleep," the man said, "but sleep in 2 parts. Core sleep when you get home, then a short nap before your shift." Heinrich stared. The man continued, calm and precise. "Sleep from 6:30 to 11:30. Then you have daylight. Then before work, take a 90-minute nap. Now your body won't break, and your mind finally gets a chance to wake up." He pulled a card and wrote a number. "If you're serious," he said, "call me, but only if you're serious. Discipline is rare." The bus reached Heinrich's stop. He stepped off, holding the card like it was a knife. He looked at it once, then made a promise he was afraid to fail. Tomorrow. That day, Heinrich went home and did something new. He didn't scroll. He didn't sit for a minute and lose an hour. He lay down. He slept. At 11:30 a.m., he woke up. His apartment looked unfamiliar in daylight. He sat up, heart beating faster than it should. At noon, he called. They met at a small cafe. The man studied Heinrich's face, then nodded once. "You actually changed your sleep. Most people talk. You acted." He took out a notebook and drew a simple house. "Your life is a house," he said. "Right now it's dark, cold, falling apart. Because you only repair emergencies. You never build the foundation." He tapped the bottom line of the drawing. "Your mornings build the foundation. 2 hours a day." He wrote numbers slowly. 14 hours a week. 60 hours a month. Over 700 hours a year. Heinrich stared. "That's months of life," the man said, "hidden in plain sight." Then he drew 2 boxes. Hour 1, build skills. Hour 2, build your body and your mind. No entertainment. No negotiation. Heinrich nodded too quickly. The man raised a finger. 3 rules. Rule 1, same wake time. Rule 2, protect sleep, both parts. Rule 3, the first week will feel like punishment. You push through anyway. He closed the notebook. "I'm giving you 3 months. Come back with proof. If you quit, don't call again." Heinrich felt the weight of it, but under the weight was something he hadn't felt in years. Direction. "I won't quit," Heinrich said. The man smiled, small, sharp. "We'll see." The next morning, Heinrich's alarm tore through the dark. His body begged for mercy. His mind whispered, "Just 1 more hour." Heinrich sat up anyway. He remembered his mother in that hospital bed. He stood. The first week was brutal. Night shift, core sleep, wake, learn, move his body, nap, night shift again.
His world became a loop he controlled. At 5 a.m., the factory was teal and fluorescent, cold and metallic. At morning light, his small table became warm gold, steam from cheap coffee, quiet air, a clean page. Heinrich began learning basic spreadsheets and accounting, but he didn't just type. As days passed, something strange happened. On the factory floor, Heinrich started seeing patterns. Stacks of boxes looked like columns. Messy clipboards looked like missing rows. He watched the chaos, and in his mind, invisible grid lines snapped into place. Order. Around day 10, the valley hit. A coworker invited him out after shift. "Just one drink," they said. "You've been acting weird." Heinrich almost said yes. He wanted the warmth, the laughter, the feeling of being normal.
That morning, he overslept by 30 minutes. He woke up with his heart racing. Anger rose. He grabbed the card, ready to tear it. Then his phone buzzed. A message from his sister. "Mama asked about you today." Heinrich stared at the screen for a long time. Then he put the card back in his wallet. He stood up, and he went back to the table. By day 20, his body adapted. He woke up 2 minutes before the alarm, not angry, ready. By month 2, Heinrich finished his first certificate, then another, then another. His morning walks stopped being punishment. They became proof. Empty streets, cold air, sunrise creeping over rooftops. While everyone slept, Heinrich was building something no one could see. At work, people noticed. "You look different," someone said. Heinrich just nodded. In month 3, he stopped keeping his progress private. The factory still tracked inventory with messy paper notes and memory, so Heinrich built a simple spreadsheet system. Clean, practical. He didn't brag, he tested it quietly. Then he showed it to his supervisor. The supervisor stared at the sheet, then stared at Heinrich. "Where did you learn this?" Heinrich answered, "In the morning." Word traveled upward. A week later, Heinrich was called into the manager's office. The manager didn't smile much, but his eyes held respect. "We're expanding the admin team," he said. "We need someone who understands the floor and can handle reporting." He slid a paper across the desk. "Day shift, nearly double pay." Heinrich didn't grab it immediately. He looked at one line, start time. He asked quietly, "Does this shift start after 8? The manager blinked. 9 to 5. Heinrich nodded once. "Then I take it." That night, Heinrich went home and stared at the ceiling. Same room, same flickering light, but it didn't feel like a cage anymore. He called the man. "I did it," Heinrich said. 90 days. There was a pause. Then the voice, calm and satisfied. "Good. And don't stop," the man said. "This isn't a trick. It's your life now." Heinrich swallowed. "I won't stop," he said. 1 year later, Heinrich's life looked different. Not perfect, but moving. He had brought his mother closer to town, better care, better food, a home that didn't feel like a waiting room. And still, every morning, Heinrich woke early, not because he had to, because those hours were his. Quiet, clean, sacred. People asked him, "Why do you still wake up so early? You've already made it." Heinrich only smiled, because he knew the truth. Success didn't arrive as a miracle. It arrived as a schedule, built in silence, 2 hours at a time.